Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. It's Monday, March 21st. We're gonna look at some technical analysis, some of the plays we got in, SPY, GME, some of the options. Some of these runners are still going. BBIG, Mullen, there's some rippers. IRNT, sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We have a Twitter you can follow us at. It's at Happy Money YT, as well as a Discord server. Link for that is in the description. Here's our Twitter. Pretty uneventful weekend, I would say, as far as the GameStop front. Powell did speak today. Said it was a little more hawkish actually, so the market might react the next few days. We'll see. He's saying possibly more rate hikes, higher interest rate hikes. So it's basically said what was if it's necessary. And looking at the daily chart here on SPY, it was looking nice. We had the three white soldiers here, kind of here too. So makes me think it wants to keep going. But then on the daily here, we've got this kind of RSI divergence going on. These highs, these RSI highs were lower than this high, but this price was lower, so divergence raising RSIs, RSI peaks with lowering price action peaks. Start to see divergence there. We also saw it on GME on a bullish sense. The low RSI down here, and now these daily candles down here set up this higher RSI with a lower price. So these were going lower, these were going higher. We had it further back also. Pointed out, I think, for someone from Discord, that we had a divergence here and here, which led to this drop. So the price action here with this RSI, as opposed to this high here with the higher RSI. So increasing RSI peaks with a decreasing price action there. But I think that's already played out, and we found the support, and now we've made a divergence going the other way. So the chart looks nice. It looks nice in the 4 hour, it looks nice in the daily. It's not cross bullish on the daily yet. Probably be another couple days depending on how much price action it gets. Today had a pretty big move though. Kind of some volatility too. It's really weird. Had that spike, looked like some covering was happening. Then just got shut off, and then pretty much the exact amount of price action to the downside with a little less volume earlier in the day, about 10:30. So that was kind of interesting. But I think at this point, I think it was up maybe, I don't know, 7-8% at least. So big move, kind of a big range today, pretty volatile. Then just kind of had this slowdown melt off. I sold some covered calls on our Farming Theta accounts right here. I was down on them for a bit, and then they came back up. And I actually closed them out here, most of them. And I'll tell you why, because the bullish sentiment in me thinks, so I have to practice some risk management. I can't do with all my shares sell covered calls, but I also don't want to have all my shares floating. I need to sell some on some of them. So basically, our utilization's at 100%, and it's been that way for weeks. I think 3 weeks now, 4 weeks maybe. And the FTDs are out of control. The XRT short interest has been higher than it's ever been. I borrowed today. This is the craziest thing to me. 7.5% it hit. I don't know how long it's gonna stay here, but this increasing over the last few days, like week or two, is, I mean, we saw it at 0.8, not even 1% for basically a whole year. Maybe goes up to 1%, maybe 1.2, but never even close to like 2. So the fact that this is changing also, it seems like something is in the mix, along with, of course, the bullish TA so far with this divergence on the RSI, as well as just the big volume green candles. And on the 4 hour, you can see it with the green over the 9. And then, of course, this somewhat engulfing candle. Now for the kind of the bearish side of me, the other devil on the other shoulder saying easy now, what it is looking like. So earnings was right here, this 17th. And if this was our trough and this was our peak, which it looks like it was, although we might not be repeating that pattern, it could be all different. But if it was, that would put it trough, peak, shoot down, and then a bounce. This bounce right here. Remember? It seems like we already had that though, right here. Okay, so we had that. We kept coming down. Earnings. This shorted a couple days after earnings. This earnings, it kind of just started ripping from there. But then look, see this like 5-6 day kind of bullish momentum. Big green day, consolidation, little red day, big green day. Pretty solid grind up there from 128 to a high of 160. That's a big move. And then it flattens out and then continues the downtrend. This is my only thing that's in my head. Like, it looks like we're maybe repeating this, and because it's after earnings, and because it looks like we've just done this downtrend with a bounce right here, this downtrend with a bounce, and now doing this move right here. We'll see if it flattens out. We'll see if the MACD flips bullish or if it stays bearish on the daily. It also happened back here. See this one right here? Again, here's earnings. And this was even closer in time, literally the next day. That's how it happened this time, next day. And we had a big bounce out of earnings. And then this kind of 6-7 day trading day melt up before it continued down. On this time, the MACD stayed bearish, which is where we are right now. We have a bearish daily MACD. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. It looks like we're in that trend until we break out, I'd say. And if that's kind of always the case. You take it day by day with new data coming in, you adjust. So if this continues to grind up kind of slowly how it's doing, it's going to look more and more like this action. I'd say if it could make it all the way maybe to 115. I don't think it would probably retest the high of 130 if it was repeating this, because that would mean, yeah. So it could get kind of close. I mean, this time it came up and it got pretty close to that high. It's 217, 230. So I'm not looking at percentages right now. I'm just kind of eyeballing it a little bit. I don't think it would retest that 133, and probably would max out at 125. But it most likely, if it is kind of repeating this pattern, it won't even get that high. It'll maybe do like 2 or 3 more days kind of up, consolidation, grind up. Kind of like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had a peak. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6, 7. A couple more days this week, and then maybe a melt off into the weekend, which they love to do anyways. Back here was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kind of the same amount of days. We kind of had it here. It looked a little bit different. But yeah, really just this one right here and this one right here is the only thing I'm concerned with. If it starts to flatten out and we lose momentum, I'm going to say it's probably repeating this pattern, and then it'll be probably new lows. And that's where we'll probably find that final 45 dip or so. Otherwise, if we start moving up here, volume keeps staying high, the borrow fee goes up, all that stuff's very bullish, and I'm thinking that's why I'm scared to hold too many covered calls, so I gotta be careful. I'm fine to roll them over, and I will be on the ones I'm holding, but I want to, yeah. But anyways, if we are repeating this, I'm gonna just be keeping an eye on the daily chart to see what the MACD does. If it kind of gets up here and starts slowing down, right we're crossing bullish, kind of like it did, let's see, here. So then it actually did end up crossing bullish, but our price action was weakening, it was coming down. So just gonna keep an eye on that. If that's the case, looks like we're repeating that, I will go back with more covered calls, and I still have some bearish plays too, but of course tons of heavy bullish plays on GME that will probably expire worthless. This is the heavy week of expiring worthless for me. 7,500 on that play. This is $6,000 on that one. Yeah, basically like 15 grand on this week's options expiration for me. So it will suck. What's nice is it's pretty much all already been sucked out of my account, so it's not going to be a big dramatic effect. The only dramatic effect I'll see is if we rip, and then these will go back to life. And then my bearish, I still have the put debit spread. Is that what this one is? No, this is my put credit spread. Yeah, here's my put debit spread. It's down. I've got like a month on it, so that's if we are kind of repeating that bearish pattern. But with the borrow fee up so high, with the short interest on XRT, the FTD is coming in. I don't know. I'm trying to kind of be even keeled here with my expectations. Moves today, we did. I didn't close out of my put. I had to put in money, so I ended up with 100 shares short of wheat. Lost $100 or something on that. I actually closed out of my bullish Tesla play. After I heard Powell and he's talking about half a base point instead of a quarter. Like, I'm not sure. So closed out of that, and I wasn't quite sure what this chart was showing me. It was similar to SPY, but didn't have that top. The fact that this didn't break a new high, but it has a higher RSI, I'm thinking it's maybe kind of overextended, kind of weak. But before I did that, I opened up another bullish play. But I made money on both. The first one I made, I think, 200 or 300, and the second one I made maybe like $10. I just decided, I was like, I don't want to be in that. Instead, I opened up a call credit spread on SPY, which is a bearish play. I need to get back to doing credit spreads. I, for whatever reason, have abandoned them, and so has the money out of my trading account. They just suck when you get stuck in, and especially if you have wide spreads like GME. So I've just gotten some on GME that's been like crappy to be rolling over and pushing. Iron T's making a move. BBIG made moves, big moves today. But yeah, SPY, we have this divergence I showed here. So, and we are also hitting that 50 moving average. So not sure. Sometimes the reaction from Powell is a day late. His speaking today was not an FOMC or anything. It was just a, I don't know, economic finance interview, and so maybe it doesn't hold a lot of weight, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Other plays, didn't do anything else today. That was plenty. Here's that call credit spread. It is 443, 444. Nice little easy play. Keep it small, keep it mellow. Get the momentum rolling. Get it small little wins, little base hits. Build up some confidence. You know, get the momentum in the right direction. So, that one will be good if that works out. And GME, I mean, the way it's getting volatile too, like intraday, these just crazy volatility spikes, increasing volume too. And we've got a lot of volume today, 3.7 million, 10 minutes to close. So we've seen the same type of thing though on these days, and it's like, it seems like it's getting good. Actually looking at the volume here, that was increasing volume that day, finding that bottom, all the buyers went in there. I mean, this is a lot though. For the average of the last like 30 days is a ton of volume we had. And then back here, yeah, I found a lot of buyer support the day after earnings, a lot of volume, but then it did kind of taper down. So we'll see. This so far today looks like we're kind of increasing still, not from that day, but from the days prior. So that could be a good sign. As this time, see, it kind of went down. We had a little spike here, but it's going down from the volume back there. Same with here. Had that one big one, and then a smaller, and then a little more, but then kind of tapered off. We'll see. This volume looks like it's picking back up around. SPY's coming up here. We got 10 minutes of volatility. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.